Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you very much for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $20 tier supporters from Patreon, our patreon.com/fsfilms, those being Jerry Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and L, without whom we would do nearly as much of the things that we do now. So, those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Holes.
Good start. Good start, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stardust RPG on Trails of Stardust. I am William Porshani, and I am your game master for this 5th edition campaign. And joining me today, we have Sen.
I'm Sen, and I'm playing Colton Starbreaker, the orc artificer, gadgeteer, master, maker. And crab meat is easily replaced by chicken, preferably from Delaware.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Kendall Fairchild, a Latran warlock. I'm going to go with my own, which is just Maryland is just wannabe Virginia.
I'm about to go into right now.
I'm about to go into hiding because if a stare over the internet could kill, I'd be dead right now.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Mistel and Envarn Rogue, and Maryland is basically Diet New Jersey.
And Swiss Cheese Engineering, Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Till Wayland, the avian Way of the Iron Path monk, and I wrote most of the lines for these people. And honestly, Old Bay is a very subpar seasoning that sucks. Craig is going to kill us all when he gets here.
By the way, I would like to say that I appreciate that we all know the reason Craig isn't back yet is because there is no way he would expect we would be live at this point.
Yes,
true.
Only 9 minutes after the hour.
I mean, technically, we were live 4 minutes before the hour. But yeah.
But Craig will be joining us shortly. Who is playing?
Won't he be surprised?
Where he will kill us all through the internet.
The hive of Nocturne and Torch bees.
We have to just repeat our statements when he gets back, though, because it's one thing to read them, and we don't always read the chat anyways. It's another thing to hear them.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Craig isn't Jeremy. Never mind.
I was gonna say we do need to sprinkle them in out without context so that he just has no reason why these are popping up, though.
I was gonna mention something about puns, and then I had confused Jeremy and Craig for a minute.
Oh yeah, no.
Craig's the one who makes them.
No, Craig would be
puns
very
are
encouraging.
Puns are how we summon Jeremy.
Right.
Yes. Or eating ice cream with a fork or chopsticks.
No, that's Jack. Yeah.
No, that's Jack.
Yeah.
Was that Jack? I thought it was Jeremy.
That's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm the one who ate ice cream with a fork on stream.
Okay.
As a statement.
Are you the one against cucumber water?
I don't have any strong feelings. It's fucking water.
Okay, I just know Austin and Monday nights is a thing with the cucumber water.
It's the whole thing about cucumber water. Like, my only thing about cucumber water is it's fucking water. That's all it is.
But it's water that's been strained through a cucumber.
Yay.
So wait, what's pickle juice then?
Also cucumber water.
Okay, we just wanted to check.
If I strain water through a colander,
cucumber
it's
water
not
from the ocean.
Metal water.
No, that's how you get hard water or heavy water, right?
And it picks up functionally the same amount of flavor and nutrients as cucumber water does.
Yeah, but Jeremy, what are your opinions on yogurt water?
Why?
Okay, figured.
Why would you possibly? Well,
You got to cut the yogurt with something.
Why is that a thing?
You
I
gotta
don't
cut the
know if
yogurt
it
with
is. I
something.
was just coming up with an idea off the cuff.
I'm sure it's a thing.
Oh,
But
How about
to be,
how about alcoholic yogurt?
That's an interesting concept.
that would actually probably ruin the yogurt.
actually, it would.
Yeah, because you'd
More
kill the
than likely.
bacterial culture.
Yep.
With the alcohol.
Like that would probably absolutely spoil the yogurt.
Yeah, you
Now, if
denature
you
the
did it
yogurt, I think.
If you did it quickly enough,
Mhm.
like mixing it on the spot and drinking it, that
Like
could
a
legitimately-
hard strawberry smoothie.
Right, that
There
could
you go.
legitimately be good because cream shit and alcohol, fantastic
yeah,
most of the time. As long as it's the right
Yeah,
cream.
I wasn't thinking about packaging it and selling it. Just
Oh,
like,
okay.
pour some vodka in your yogurt, eat up.
Yeah, to be fair, the cucumber water that Austin drinks is actually just cucumber slices in the water. It's not being filtered through it. It's actively in the
Yes.
water. So
Yeah.
It's an
That
So
pushes
infusion.
to
it's like
garnish.
filtering it through a strainer twice.
I like that I said filtering water filtered through a cucumber by referencing like the fact that cucumbers hold water. And people just continue to refer to it as filtering from now on.
Excellent.
but when
Hey,
last
this is
we-
Stardust, right?
I was
Yeah,
about to
okay,
say,
good.
Yeah, we're live still.
Why do you start right when I'm trying to do the recap?
Because we have GM brain, Johnny.
Because there was a silence and it had to be filled.
So when last we left our heroes, because we can legitimately call you that at this point. You saved at least one town. They had battled and defeated the false Hydra in the town of Reyesveld. Also, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. Eat the Rich. The stream is powered by Sirenscape.
Fendrag.
Fendrag, yes. Old Bay is a subpar seasoning that sucks.
Hey, fuck you. I got back just in time.
No, you didn't.
We've already
Oh,
done we've
no.
already done the introduction and like 10 minutes worth of just blabbering.
Vamping.
No, I can definitely come back in time to defend Old Bay if Jack's apparently not been doing it for me.
Jack wrote
No
the.
word. Sounds like you said a no word.
Yeah. No, we've been saying multiple things.
Sounds a lot like a no word.
All right, so my child has just burst into the room and said that sounds like a no word. So I have really busted.
That sounds an awful lot like a no
Get
word.
out of here.
No.
All right.
Craig, featuring child harassing them.
As may be obvious, I am in the middle of a parenting issue. It is fairly lighthearted, as is hopefully coming across, but I am playing bees. I'll be back.
Okay, before you go really quick.
Yeah.
Maryland is just a wannabe Virginia.
Okay, there's a lot going on with that statement.
Thank you.
Would you prefer
Keep that in your head as you go.
would you prefer it being a diet New Jersey?
Yes, very
Thank
much
you.
so.
I
Very
win.
much so. Very much so, because there's a lot less
I broke Craig.
regional pride, shall I say, that comes into play in that particular equation that I'm much more comfortable with.
How about the statement that crab meat is easily replaced by chicken, preferably from Delaware?
Not unless you can put the chicken into a shell and make it much harder to get. That's the whole point.
This just in, fight your food.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously. Come to Maryland, where it's hard to eat. That's our new tourism motto.
We'll see you in a bit, Craig.
I will be back. I am so sorry. I love you guys. I'll be back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, now we're as late as we normally are.
Hey!
Continue.
Thing is, we were live much sooner.
I mean, absolutely.
We just managed to vamp and delay for the full duration.
We're just that good.
But yes, the group had defeated the false Hydra, and by their combined efforts, had managed to locate and reunite Mistel with her family. A heartfelt reunion that is perhaps slightly juxtaposed against the scene of awkward tragedy that is the city of Reyesfeld and the number of people that are left who cannot remember the people that have been consumed by a monster. But we return as the group is staying in the city for the night and preparing to assist in welcoming in emergency services that are coming to hopefully try and help the remaining inhabitants of the city recover from the ordeal that they have just been saved from. Is there anything, any conversations that need to happen before the morning?
So I had stayed back in the town while they went with Mistel, and was just helping people explain everything that was going on, help when the rescue services got here, and sort of organizing and then pulling all that stuff out of the town hall. Was there anything, since the remaining residents are so few, was I able to get like a head count for how many people are actually left?
Out of a town that held like a couple hundred, there are now about 40 people left.
40, you said?
Yeah.
So less than half. Okay. And
I
then
mean, if it's a couple hundred and we are now down to 40, that's like 20%. That's like 80% casualties.
Oh, sorry, I heard
Easy.
100, not a couple hundred. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
I'm again, just for the people that aren't in the know, my Bluetooth adapter on my computer doesn't work anymore for some reason. I still haven't figured out how to fix it. So I'm hearing the stream from a distance that is far enough that the viewers won't get an echo, hopefully. So I missed some things. Would I have been able to patch up or help or at least patch up enough buildings so that people wouldn't be staying in the ruins of their old home that had been destroyed while they weren't aware of it? Because I would have been basically doing
With
that
what?
until I mean, I'm repurposing whatever debris and rubble and other less savable buildings that I have with my considerable technology score.
Yeah, technology is not like Mason's tools.
Fair. I got Smith's tools, Tinker's tools, technology, mechanist's tools. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure that the 40 some odd people that are left have someplace comfortable to rest while they're dealing with
Well,
the
the
fact
thing
that their town
is,
all
when
gone.
the population is so small and the potential population based on the size of the town was so large, there are enough houses for the remaining people to live in.
That haven't been destroyed?
Yeah, like
Okay.
there are more than enough houses. They might not be the houses the individuals used to live in, but there is more than enough shelter for the few people that remain.
Okay, good. That's fine. I just want to make sure that everyone's taken care of before I rest for the night. And I'm going to make sure that the town resources that Strida and I pulled out of the town hall are stored somewhere safe so that the town can determine what they want to do with it. And so that anything that's, prized possessions or anything like that gets back to the people that want them. And then, yeah, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that little bit of paperwork had been acknowledged before everyone got back. Were you able
Many
to
repairs.
were you able to find Mistel's people?
Uh-huh.
I like to think that Till just kind of thumbs over his shoulder and Mistel and a trail of Invarans are all right behind us.
Yeah,
Oh, I,
Mistel's
yeah.
like frolicking with her
Right.
siblings.
I thought they were staying behind. Okay, never mind.
That's okay. Yes, we certainly did.
Ah, good. Well, we've pulled all the things out of the town hall that we could. Made sure
Excellent.
everyone has stable shelter for the evening. Stored their treasury, their new treasury, in a safe place, and I'm about ready to pass out for the evening.
Well, and we have place to call for the Fallen Thornwood government, as it such stands, to send some sort of emergency relief.
Yeah, well, as you are heading, once the Hydra was dead, I placed the call into the Core Adventurers Guild. The people
Excellent.
should be here. Did he give me a time frame for when we get here?
He just said they would be on the way
Yeah,
as soon as possible.
they have people on the way. But no.
Hopefully,
ETA
no more
yet.
than a few days out, at least. Then, all right.
Hopefully, no more than a day out. But
Bear in mind that it took you like a couple of days to drive out here.
yeah, but we were driving. They can hopefully clear the airspace for recovery teams.
We'll find out.
Yeah, the thing about recovery teams is like you fly those in to get people out, not to bring large quantities of supplies for people who are not going
That's
anywhere.
fair. That's fair. But yes, take care of the people here until the government gets down here.
All right. Well, let's check with the inn. See if we can see if they've got extra rooms. I'm sure they're probably a bit packed up.
Would I know if there are people is the end one of the places people were bunking down?
I mean, yes, there are certainly a number of people. The people who understandably don't want to be alone in a house right now, have generally sort of communally flocked to the inn as a place where they can be around other people who have been through what they've been through, to rest for the night.
The inn is currently acting as something of a community center. So, I don't know if there'll be rooms available, but there are, sadly, many abandoned buildings that we could take one of.
All right.
But let's check there first.
Yes.
Over to the inn.
Yep. Look for some lodging. See if it's available.
Mistel's staying with her family.
Okay. Till will ask Mistel, do what you need to do, spend time. If you will be getting together to figure out what's happening in the morning. So if you want to come in for that, whatever the regional equivalent of like 9 a.m. is. And then he looks at Kendall. Miss Fairchild, what time are you getting up tomorrow?
I don't know. Do I ever?
That's why I was asking, because it's very difficult to predict.
Just let me know where to meet you.
All right. We'll give you a call on the comms.
Cool.
Mistel has a comm, yes?
Yes.
I thought
Okay,
so.
we've gone over. Okay, I couldn't remember.
But you make your way to the inn, and you enter, and there is a small crowd. It doesn't look like the entire town is here, but a significant portion of the remaining population are.
I will have
present.
let them know on the way to the inn the numbers, basically, since they had all immediately headed out to check on Mistel's people.
Yeah. It's not the entire town, but a significant portion of them are here. Maybe like 15, 20 people. And you notice as you look around that when you had been here yesterday, the food had been very good, like very tasty. It had been well cooked and well prepared with the abundance of supplies that were around. Looking around right now, it looks like it's fairly simple fare. Like you're seeing a lot of toast and coffee, maybe a couple of eggs, maybe a little bit of bacon. There's not a lot of like well-made food here. It's very simple. And the thought crosses your mind as you sort of observe everything that Fib was Lev's husband, was the one who made the food. And you have not seen any sign of him since the morning.
Do we remember him?
I mean, you do.
Does Lev remember him?
You haven't asked her.
Oh. I didn't know if I would have found that out during the day or not.
But there's no sign of Fib anywhere. And Lev seems to just be sort of going through the motions of making sure everyone is fed.
Can Till do an insight and see if he can, because he doesn't want to necessarily verbally bring up like, hey, do you remember the existence of your husband? But is she carrying herself in the way of someone who is fresh off of a loss, or at least a freshly remembered loss?
Or
an
a
insight
freshly
check.
forgotten lost.
Ready. Okay, +8 to that. Nat 20 for 28.
So the thing that you pick up on the most is that Lev is carrying herself with the air of someone who is working, and she seems to be sort of very methodically and mechanically going about her work. But despite that, there is a constant, like, unknown sorrow on her face, and occasionally you will just see tears stream down the side of her face, and she doesn't seem to pay any attention to them or even know that they're there, really.
Okay.
Every time she, from what you can gather from looking at her with a natural 20 on insight, every time she encounters something that would normally, in her traditional experience, remind her of her husband, there's a hitch.
Yeah.
But she just continues to move as if nothing is nothing, as if she's none the wiser.
Right. Okay. With that, am I seeing similar symptoms on anybody else?
Pretty much everyone here, essentially.
Okay. So to an extent, even though the song has ended, the effects are still active from what I can tell.
Based on what you understand from Jasira's knowledge of the false Hydra, those who are eaten by the Hydra disappear forever.
Yeah.
There are theoretically magics that could undo that level of memory erasure, but
they're probably pretty
they won't go away on their own.
Till pull everybody aside then and just be like, this place is going to struggle in its recovery. Their memories are still patchwork at best from this thing's predations.
Yes, I've noticed that throughout the day. None of them get there. None of them have recovered their memories of anyone that's gone.
Now that the song is over, if there are outstanding records and that sort of thing. Actually, yeah, that's going to be Till's next thing, though. Can he look around and see, is there any physical evidence? Can he find any photos or written papers or anything like that?
So you could always find physical evidence.
Okay.
It's just the song would hide the direct impact of the Hydra, like any holes that it makes. But physical evidence of people was always there.
Okay.
Like you can see, even though Lev doesn't acknowledge it or seem to pay attention to it, you can see a portrait of Fib and Lev over
Right.
the bar. Fib is still in that portrait.
Right.
Yeah, and
Physical.
We found evidence of the a much larger population and a mayor.
Yeah,
in the
like
library
in
before we
the
realized it was a
ledgers
false
of the
icon.
library.
Yeah, but I'm more like, in that case, Till will just grab a random person, out of the crowd, somebody who seems to be less directly connected, and point out the portrait over the bar. Do you know both of those people in that painting?
And sort of look over. I mean, I know Fib. Can't say I recognize the other gentleman.
All right.
Or Lev. I know Lev. I can't say I
Right.
recognize the gentleman.
I understand. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened here, and it does seem to have affected memories, so thank you. Yeah. So they'll be able to see that, but it's going to be effectively records of memories that they do not have.
Yeah, the according to Jazeera, who will sort of expound upon what she knows, the effects are very similar to a powerful modify memory spell. In that it can't really erase physical information, but it can wipe data from machines, and it can wipe all thoughts of the consumed from, well, the majority of thoughts of the consumed from the affected's mind.
Yeah.
She thinks that there might be those who can cure all magical maladies might be able to restore the memories of these people. Although she also posits that such a restoration might be even more of a shock.
Yeah, I get that it's sad that they don't have these memories, but isn't it also kind of a good thing too?
Potentially. Your train of thought is honestly rather similar to mine on that one, Miss Fairchild. I'm no psychologist, so I don't know what the effects of this long term on a sapient mind would be, but a loss that you don't remember
I mean,
might hit less hard.
yeah. Everybody has that anyways, so this is just another one.
I wouldn't say that a loss that you don't remember hits less hard, just that you don't have the tools to understand the feelings you're receiving from it.
That is more my concern.
Says the orphan.
Right. No, that's a valid concern as well, though.
Jazeera sort of looks across this entire group of people, and they might not remember the loss, but they also can't remember the good memories either.
And they're going to wander around for the rest of their lives with grief they can't explain, which is traumatic in and of itself.
And probably harder to process.
Impossible to process.
We all anyways, though?
Some do, some don't.
I mean, speaking for myself, most of the things that I'm sad about, I know exactly what they are.
Most.
I
don't know.
I say most because there might be some, but I cannot think of a single one.
But ultimately, it wasn't their choice to lose these memories.
No.
They were taken from them. And regardless of whether or not they're better for not knowing why they're grieving, that
They
is
should
still
hopefully
a violation.
But they should also
have the option to
a
choose
choice.
whether or not to recover them.
Exactly.
Yes. Hopefully. But regardless, that's more of a theoretical discussion because I don't think anyone here has the ability to restore any of them in the first place. So
no, but I could probably make a few calls.
All right.
On my home planet.
Well, also, that's probably a conversation we can have with the recovery team, with the restoration team that's coming from the capital.
Yeah.
I mean, from a mechanical perspective, you're roughly reaching the level that you might be able to do something about this, but none of you have a spell list that includes Greater Restoration.
Nope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk plans in the morning. Let's get some rest. I know that most of us got a little chewed on at least, or beaten up somewhat.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad.
Still doesn't say anything.
Jasira kind of
He just smiles blithely and lets it go then.
With that natural 20 insight as well, while you're reading the room, Till, you notice that something about this entire situation has affected Jasira more than she's willing to let on.
Okay. He'll
You sort of notice that her
pocket that
attention is
slightly.
constantly distracted as she sort of just watches the people around here.
He'll pocket that for now. That'll come up later. Does Dreams and Drams have any open rooms for us, or are they filled up?
They're not completely full. There's enough open space that all of you could. You would probably need to share a couple of rooms because I've only got 2 rooms really open right now. But there is enough space for all of you if you were to share rooms.
Till's willing to do that.
Yep.
What's Kendall's reaction to you're gonna have to share a room with people?
She completely missed it. Like it passed completely by.
Okay. Well, we've got enough rooms for the evening, so there's a pair, and we can split as needed.
Shouldn't have to be many of you guys sharing because I don't think Bees even sleeps in a room.
Well, we've got Jasira, Kendall,
Oh, right.
Phil, Coltarn,
Striga.
Strita. Mistel's gonna crash with her family, you said, right? So yeah, that's 5 at least.
Bees might be with Mistel. I don't know. I'd have to ask Greg.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bees stayed in the forest, actually.
Yeah. So 5, maybe 6.
I will
balcony
assume that
rooms?
Bees is probably staying with Mistel in the forest until told otherwise.
Nope. Seems about Bees speed.
5 or 6 people, how many rooms?
2.
5 people, 2 rooms.
Okay.
You could put the girls in one room and the guys in the other.
Good.
There is plenty of room for the child of an archfey, the child of a demon, and the child of a god to all share a room.
Oh, look, it's the Patrons Kids Club.
You know what? I think that's fine. I think that room can just be sealed off, and we'll
just build a nice little fallout shelter bunker around it, and
just let that
Just
sit.
saying. Once they realize, once that room realizes it is trapped in,
shit's
then
gonna
they
go
break out.
I was about to say they
It's
don't
no
stay
longer
trapped for very
copacetic.
long.
right. Nope.
It'd be the fastest way to make people from all 3 of the divine paths work together very quick.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Okay. But yeah, Till will prep for rest, but try and catch Jasir by herself at some point if possible.
It's she sort of is the kind of person who occasionally feels the need to step away from people just to process, so it's not hard.
Okay. Is she like a corner of the room or an outside sort of step away person?
She She steps outside for a minute at one point
Okay.
and just sort of takes in the night air.
All right. Yeah. So we'll drift out afterward. Jasira.
You see the wing sort of flex for a second as she sort of realizes that someone followed after her and sort of turns. Still.
If it's none of my business, feel free to tell me so, but what's wrong?
She sort of sniffs for a second. Seeing all of this, what it means for the people here, it's brought up some complicated memories of my own.
He'll kind of, his eyes sort of shift side to side as he's thinking for a moment. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't even know how, really.
Start with what happened?
I suppose the easiest way to say it is I know that he must be stopped and that he is a danger to literally all of reality in his current state, but I still love my father.
That would seem natural.
He wasn't always the Demon King. My father, Dystagmos, at one point was my father. He was harsh at times when he needed to prove a point or teach a lesson, but he was kind and he cared for me and the people that he led. And I think ultimately that care is what led him to where he is now. He always felt that Sarheim and the people of it needed protection, or that they'd been unfairly treated by the arrangement of the cosmos.
All right.
And after my mother died, I think something just broke. He became more distant, more focused on his goals of improving the lot of Sarheim in the cosmic scales. And I don't know where everything changed or if everything ever really changed. But where everyone else sees the omnicidal demon king of Sarheim potentially leading an invasion of all reality, I still see the father who taught me how to ride a nightmare when I was younger and showed me the stars that existed both in Sarheim and in the real. And I don't know how to process all of it. And I keep thinking if I had forgotten everything about my father, would I be better or not?
I think the answer to that question is going to be a journey. But in the time that you've been with us, I think I can safely say that you are an individual of value. your motivations are empathetic. Based on how you express them. And if someone came up to me and said, is the universe, is the galaxy going to be a better place because of the choices Jasira Zatrin has made? Based on what you displayed so far, I would say yes. You are not out to commit a net negative on reality. All of us have to get our hands dirty from time to time, and I think that only once we stop questioning ourselves over that have we pushed too far, necessarily.
How much good can I even really do, though? I'm a demon. I feed on life energy and souls to survive.
What doesn't feed on life to survive? Mushrooms, that's about it.
Father always described it as demons and fiends are simply evolved to be more efficient in their gaining of sustenance, where most things have to consume flesh and take its energy into themselves. We just take the energy directly.
Well, speaking as a shipwright, there's something to be said for efficiency. And there's nothing inherently wrong with being designed in an efficient manner. But an efficient tool is positive or negative depending on who wields it and how. There's nothing in your nature that necessarily requires, at least based on what you've said right now, to be analyzed as evil. There's a lot of simplistic analyses that happen. And even if the majority of your home culture avoids empathy for the sake of aggrandization, that's not what I see displayed by you, or whatever that's worth. And regardless, those are based on choices that individuals make. Very few things that I've encountered in my admittedly limited experience that are innately good or evil. People can be turned one way or the other, depending on their circumstances and environments and choices that they decide. So, how much good can you do as a demon? How much good could a celestial do? How much good could an ooze do? How much good could a naive bundle of insects running around in armor do? Depends on what they choose, honestly.
There's a lot more to that hive than I think even it knows, by the way.
Oh, yes, and I'm sure it's going to just be a wonderful journey as we all have to figure out exactly what's going on with that. But that's an entirely different matter.
The name that the fiend in the rift on Severinus called it Zarathrax. That's a name that my father mentioned often.
Not positively, from what I understand.
Sometimes.
Hmm.
A being of principles and drive, even if often they were at odds.
Do you know what kind of principles and drive?
It was a father telling stories of his past. I only listened so much.
Understandable.
But Zarathrax was sometimes a friend, sometimes an enemy, but always respected.
Did Zarathrax insist that he could drive a vehicle when it was manifestly evident that he could not?
I think Zarathrax was something more experienced than Bees.
All right.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that they.
Just
probably
wondering
could.
if there's been any trickle down. All right. Well, that's one more thing on the list for stuff that we will need to look into whenever the opportunity arises. But muddied water always clears in time.
Thank you, Toe. It's good to more than just airing things out. It's good to air things out and have someone listen.
Well, a whole bunch of people voted to sort of put me at the front of the crowd. And so I'm just going to do whatever I can to try and make that work out as long as possible.
Doing a fine job so far.
Please tell me, like, Kendall has just thrown a glass through a window or something at this point just to punctuate that statement.
Kendall has fallen through a window.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I'm
well,
not gonna lie. I seriously considered can Kendall be listening right now?
I mean, if you legitimately would
I'm
have
not trying.
followed,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, it's not quiet.
We're not hiding this or anything. We just
They're
happen
just-
to be out on the
No.
porch. So
yeah, so
Yeah. Yep. Kendall's wherever she can be listening and not like
super obvious.
immediately visible.
Yeah, like just literally just inside by a window or something.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
eavesdropping position.
Yep.
Well, take all the time you need. I don't know if we'll be here a few days or a few hours past dawn, but we'll figure it out.
Sighs and looks up at the sky. The stars here are brighter, but emptier. The stars in Sarheim are more than just chemical reactions and occasional sparks of magic and stardust. They're made of emotion. You can feel them as they radiate.
Bit colder here then, I assume.
In a sense, but at the same time, it's a lot of noise from Sarheim. When there's an entire ball of angry radiating or lustful or whatever the primary emotion of the star is that day.
Well, we'll see what we can find. Maybe the quiet will do you some good.
I'm gonna stretch my wings, she says as the wings sort of unfurl and she flaps a couple times and takes up into the sky.
He'll kind of watches her go just for a few seconds, but definitely understanding that impulse, but also knowing that he has other people he needs to keep an eye on, and just turns and goes back inside at that point.
So Kendall, you see Till return to the interior.
Kendall does
Kendall needs to
nothing, makes no indication.
Till doesn't really notice.
Sure doesn't.
Natural-
Sure
First
doesn't.
two rolls of the night: a natural 20 insight and a natural 1 perception.
I do like that my nat 1 perception still nets me a 13, though.
Yeah.
Bird eyes.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Till doesn't really have anything else for the evening, so he'll just crash whenever crash time arises.
Since we're in the same
Right.
room, whenever you get back, you just see Coltarn is making modifications to his battle fist.
Cool. Really hoping you were going to say Coltarn's asleep and he sleeps starfish.
Nah, he's saying there with the
No,
doing-
but yeah, no.
yeah the Iron Man the scene in Iron Man where Tony Stark is like adjusting the gauntlet with a really long
Yep.
screwdriver. It's that right now.
Right.
But
Yep.
instead of a gauntlet, it's his arm.
Well, Coltarn, I need sleep.
Then you should get it.
All right. Thank you for everything today.
You're welcome for whatever.
And as Till's basically like stripping himself down to his shorts effectively, he's like, earplugs, comm units, tactical analysis, letting Miss Fairchild hide behind you. He just starts listing shit off. And then, probably 9 items in, just flops himself face down on a bed with his wings kind of off to one side and starts snoring within about 30 seconds.
Just nods. Goes back to adjusting the arm. I just want to know. I appreciate, by the way, y'all saw that Coltarn had a cybernetic eye and a cybernetic arm that somehow manifested on the ship ride from the last planet to this one, and nobody has asked about it.
No. Yep, that's our NG.
So yeah, it's like, oh, I see. We see where this is going.
That tracks.
So Craig, it was assumed based on the situation that there's only 2 rooms at the inn. It was assumed that since Mistel is staying in the woods with her family, that Bees might end up also staying out there.
Yeah,
Since Bees doesn't really use an inn room all that much.
no, not at all. Yeah, Bees would definitely stay in the woods, and if Mistel is, I was gonna say if Mistel is obviously in need of personal time with family, Bees would not pick up on that. So if Mistel has specifically requested personal time with family, Bees will sort of wander off into the woods, probably sit down somewhere and disinhabit the hive armor and kind of go and
She's just
hunt
catching.
around.
She's catching up with her family. She would include Bees.
Okay, all right. The Bees would be there.
She's telling the story of what has happened since, and Bees needs to be there to narrate their part for when they come in. So
yeah, Bees is also giving everyone honey.
So, any other conversations that need to be had before a long rest is achieved?
No. Kendall will probably get back to the room eventually very late. She can kind of walk.
Strida and Jasira are already in the room. Strida's probably already asleep. Jasira, being a night owl, still awake as you stumble in.
It's like she is able to walk down the hallway specifically because she has both hands on the wall. And even then, it's dicey. There are probably about 2 minutes of trying to turn the doorknob level of drunk.
That's our girl.
And then she just passes out.
After about a minute of trying to turn the doorknob, Jasira opens the door.
Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a real bad idea. She just got tackled, and by tackle I mean fell over in the most awkward way possible.
as Kendall just like flumps forward and Jasira sort of hooks arms under armpits to catch her from hitting the floor.
Door went away.
Yep. Welcome to the room, princess.
It looks bigger from this direction.
Yeah, I guess it would from that low to the ground. Come on, let's get you to bed.
All right. Yeah.
She'll just
She doesn't fight it. She's not. Yeah, she just. Yeah.
Just lugs you over and flops you onto a bed. So you all get a long rest.
Thank God. Back up above 50 hit points.
In the morning, those of you that are in town are awoken by the sounds of bustle outside.
Till will push himself out of the bed, go over, open the window, and then just kick off the windowsill and hit the air and start making a circuit to see what's going on.
You haven't bothered to put clothes on at all? Still in your shorts?
No, he's just in his shorts. He's fine.
I will go to the window and yell, "Till, clothes."
Irrelevant.
I was gonna say, Till doesn't care. This is Till's equivalent of I woke up in my gym shorts and went for a jog.
So you kick out of the window and start flying, and then immediately have to course correct to avoid hitting a flying vehicle in the like directly on the side.
Fuck.
This is what happens when you don't get clothes on.
Clothes does not affect my perception checks.
As you sort of course correct, sort of corkscrew to the side, and then sort of readjust and get like into a hovering position, still mostly naked. As you look around, you can see that there are a number of new vehicles that have made it overnight. Looks like not pausing whatsoever. These vehicles have pushed through the night and made it here into the day. And you can see that a number of individuals, the vehicles that have arrived, are very druidic in craft. They look to be like hovering trees that are just sort of floating through the air, or like a particular like a wheeled vehicle whose wheels seem to be made of enormous complex tumbleweeds that have sort of like continued to roll on.
Hell yeah.
And then, like walking vehicles whose legs are made of roots that seem to like push through the ground as they pursue forward. But all of them are sort of built to the kind of designs that you would normally expect traditional vehicles to be made to. These sort of like large rectangular bases designed to hold a large number of people and cargo. Just fashioned out of more natural materials than you would expect a more traditional vehicle to be made of. But walking around, talking with people, handing out supplies, there are a number of primarily wood elves, but a number of other species are all around. around as the everyone who is here appears to be dressed in a uniform consisting of like a deep forest green doublet with like ocean blue like navy pants with a white undershirt, and is handing out a variety of different materials and supplies. Each of them has on the breast of the doublet has a symbol that is marked by a tilted tree that's almost like falling over out of its root, but is sort of wrapped in thorn vines, which is the sigil that denotes the government of Fallen Thorn.
Okay. Till will make himself a loot, and then it's usually easier to push yourself from grounded out of a window than flying thread that needle. So he's just going to land in front of the inn and walk himself back up. Grab his comm and key through to Mistle. Mistle, we have emergency relief here on the ground already. So whenever you and Bees are prepared, you can meet us at the inn so that we can figure out what's going on and decide where we move from here.
Okay, we'll be there.
Take your time. Everything seems to be already underway here. This is all local authority, looks like. So no rush.
Who's on the
Okay.
comm? Who's on the comm?
Oh, it's Till, Bees.
Tell Till we said hi.
Bees says hi.
My best back to Bees. I hope you guys had a restful evening.
We did. Bees, we're gonna head into town in a minute.
Okay. Bees will turn to your family. Say, are y'all hungry?
I mean, a few of us could eat. Winroll says as she sort of looks across, but I think we can. There's plenty of food to find around here.
Okay. Well, our honey's really good. And Bees will from the hive armor just vomit. I didn't say I used all of my remaining 8 spell slots to cast good berries last night. So Bees just vomits up 40 good berries worth of honey.
The other the environs will all sort of gather around and sort of gather up the like contained packets of honey wrapped in torch bee webbing, and sort of pick them up. They're like head sized to these environs.
Yeah, I think we've established that they're basically like horror show mochi, where they're like delicious honey but wrapped in essentially hive paper.
Yeah.
I'll have gone outside for whenever telling. I'll have gone outside to see who's leading the efforts outside and coordinate with them to get information, to give information, and see what else the Dust Knights can be of assistance on.
As you step outside, and the person leading the effort, there is a wood elf who seems to be sort of coordinating most things. And as you approach, he sort of looks you up and down, recognizes you from the bit of report they've already gotten. Ah, you must be one of the adventurers who is responsible for freeing this town.
Yes, Colton Starbreaker of the Dust Knights. Are you in charge of the restoration efforts here?
Yes. Dalen Autumnwood, pleasure to meet you. And yes, I am in charge of the relief efforts to bring these people back into some semblance of normalcy. I don't think they'll ever really have it back, but
I will hand him a data pad filled with a probably more thorough than is necessary report on the events as far as we could ascertain them, the extent of damage that I was able to ascertain as of yesterday, after we dealt with the Hydra, the amount of town resources still available, based on what we have recouped and put in a safe location, number of residents still alive, names. He spent all the time while everyone else was off doing things with Mistle and finding her family. Coulthard just was collating data.
There's a heavily detailed sit rep.
I had Tolbar working in the background, just collating.
Takes it, looks over it. This is extensive and will be very useful for allocating resources. Thank you.
Not a problem. I like to make sure that provide as much detail as is necessary. Is there anything that your forces will
more.
need further assistance on that the Dust Knights could provide?
I think we've got it from here. The government of Fallen Thornwood thanks you, adventurers, and the Core Adventurers League for dealing with this dangerous creature, but we will take care of our own. We're out.
Very well. We may be around a day or so more, depending on the rest of the group's decisions. But if you need us, just give us a call.
Of course.
I will
Well, if you'll excuse me, I must continue coordinating.
I'll give him whatever sort of a salute seems proper. And
You're technically a civilian. He's technically government. There's not really any required address.
So it's definitely like a dwarven, like an old dwarven military salute or something that he learned from the Starbreaker arms, and get on the comm and let everyone know the updated situation.
As Till goes upstairs. So Till probably passes Coltarn going out, I would assume, and just raps twice on the girl's door before crossing the hall to start throwing actual clothes on over top of his shorts. And then, yeah, hopefully, if they come out before, he'll follow them down, but otherwise just head back down and out after he's gotten ready and grabbed all his shit.
Jasira and Srita have been getting up in the morning and getting prepped, putting clothes on, gathering their weapons, gathering their gear, putting it all back together. As the knock happens, Jasira still inside, Srita strapping her shield back to her back. Jasira looks over to see what Kendall's situation is.
Is Till a never nude? Did I miss that?
Till went jogging this morning, effectively, but in the sky. So he has shorts on.
It was the whole, like, you wake up, you got shorts on, you come back, you get dressed over the shorts.
Well, yeah, they're technically his undergarments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people
He's not never nude. He just goes jogging in his underwear.
Yeah. Some people refer to their underwear
Sure,
as shorts.
it's not weird.
No.
He'll take a shower later. Leave him alone.
Till's BO just like all over the sky.
What do you think actual birds do?
I mean, that is fair. Kendall is clearly conscious at this point, but is just sort of lying there right now. The way she's conscious
is the occasional groan.
No, she has grabbed a pair of sunglasses and put them on her face.
It was either going to be that, or she's conscious because she's got her phone up as well.
And it doesn't look like they were put on in that haphazard, like, sleep dressing way.
Right. No, this is
they were very clearly put on.
Jasira looks over to Strida and goes, I don't have any hangover cures, do you? And Strida goes, I can't say that I'm equipped with that kind of magic either.
Oh, I'll be fine. I don't get horribly hungover. I just don't want to get up yet. I'll be there before. Don't worry about it. I'm good.
I love that there wasn't a before what in that statement. Jasira says. She opens the door and she and Streeta just make their way out.
Yep.
They leave the door open behind them for the noise of downstairs to come up to act as an incentive.
Until we'll see the door open.
Don't know how they think that's incentive.
And sort of poke his head in. Miss Fairchild, do you need anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much, Till.
All right. We'll be downstairs whenever you're ready.
Okay. She will eventually get up, get dressed, and head down. The sunglasses have not been removed.
Do these places have internal plumbing? I'm so used to like playing D&D in Fantasy World where there's no bathrooms in the in-room.
Oh,
usually.
absolutely.
Like, okay, yeah. Till showered then. Okay, Till would have showered then. Yeah.
Like
shake all the
whether it's technological or magical, there are conveniences in these places.
Yep.
We have cell phones, but they haven't invented
indoor plumbing yet.
Yeah.
Cell phones and cars, but no.
It's a gnomish society. I see.
No bathrooms.
To be fair, Lev is a gnome.
Excellent.
As was her husband.
Wait, is the implication that gnomish society does or doesn't have toilets?
The implication is they have an interesting priority in where their technology develops most quickly.
Gotcha.
Which is to say, whatever inspired the person creating.
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, how long do we want to stay around?
I'm
Are we all
assuming
together
Mistel
at
and
this
Bees have arrived.
This is a conversation that can wait. Yeah, that could not have started until Mistel and Bees got there.
Okay. I think to an extent, my concerns about helping the town recover seem to be handled. But Mistel, you found your family. They're here. What are you thinking?
Mistel, who is a lot happier than she was last time, is only half paying attention and like chasing one of the bees across the armor. I mean, I like another day would maybe be nice to see my family, and then like maybe after that, I'd rather not leave like right now.
I think we can manage a day at least.
I have some projects I can continue working on.
Coltarn, you looted the town, right?
No.
Coltarn, you and Bees is very clearly slowing down. And even the bee that Mistel is chasing sort of slows down enough for Mistel to catch it.
Yeah, she jumps and tackles it. Gotcha.
It's just sort of all the bees are like sort of coming closer to the hive as they work on this. And Bees just says, Coltarn, you requisitioned lost assets in the town after the operation, right?
No, I put all the valuables that rightfully belong to the residents of this town in a safe location so no looters or scavengers would steal it until they got to a point where they could decide what they wanted to do with it.
Oh, good.
Remember, Bees, we're getting paid by the Adventurers Guild for all the work and danger that we went through, so there will be plenty of resources for us.
Did any of the villagers that died lose shiny stones, like maybe diamonds?
None that I could tell.
Bees,
Kendall. Yes, Mistel.
this village has been through enough.
Okay.
Okay, we're not
Okay.
gonna take shiny things from them because they've lost a lot, and that would just be mean.
Okay. Kendall,
Mm-hmm.
you probably have lots of shiny stones and things, right?
I mean, not on me. I got a few, not a lot. Why?
Could you get us some diamonds?
Probably.
They're
How
pretty.
quickly do you, how quickly do you need them?
We just would like to have them. It's like seeing the sun or a star reflected in a little stone that we can carry with us.
Yeah.
Does anyone have
I was gonna
the
say,
amount that was promised for the job? By the way,
Nope.
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 Wonderful. Love the very specific notes that get taken here.
I'm pretty sure.
I
we
have-
took a
I
note.
write down NPC names.
It said
That's my
12
job.
I have an extensively planned out list of items and costs for every project that I want to build. I do not have anything else.
I have always been very, very clear that I do not take notes, and the few games that I have in are a bonus. Sorry, Craig, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do have notes, and it specifically says 12 diamonds worth 300 GP or more.
That seems unlikely.
50,000 credits.
Did I just write those notes? I may have,
Maybe.
but I have them.
Till wants to do insight on why bees is suddenly so
I was going
interested
to
in
say I
diamonds.
also do. Actually, no. Kendall's not, because of course bees want diamonds. Why would you not want diamonds?
God.
I like that, by the
Golden
way, in our
eight.
party notes document, there are two distinct voices because there are two different, like,
Oh, we have party notes, don't we?
yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not just my eyes playing a trick on me. There are two different, slightly different fonts being used.
Are there?
Unless my eyes are just playing tricks on me. It looks
I
like
think
there
they are because I have literally written all of these notes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It's the fact that some of them have that I wrote this in Word and copied it over
Yeah,
pseudo
yeah.
background that
Yeah.
screws up the eye and makes it think that they're different fonts.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Turn up. See,
Sorry, I just like the entry for Chuck that says Chuck is Chuck, man.
it's right. It's right there. It's
I
in
mean, it
plain
kind of says it all.
black and pink.
So
But yeah,
anyway.
no, it was somewhere between 50,000 and 3 million gold.
So Jack got a
Um,
16 on insight.
I got a 16 on insight to see why bees wants diamonds suddenly. Because as far as I'm aware, this is the first time today, I should say, is the first time I've heard bees bring up diamonds.
What would B's roll for not knowing why something is?
Roll me deception real quick. I want to see how this shakes out.
No,
Yeah,
I'm the one declaring it to be deception for a reason.
It's. I mean, it's certainly not. I mean, that's just a flat. So it's a 5 on the D20.
So
self-deception is still deception.
That's fair.
So Till, what was Kendall's insight?
Kendall did not roll insight because of course someone wants diamonds.
Okay,
She's
fair
just accepting it.
But with 16 insight, Till, your conversation with Jasira comes back to mind. As you remember her saying, there's more to that hive than even she thinks it knows. As you start to realize that bees want something that bees has never asked for before, as if it's just a thing.
Right.
You're not seeing any underlying motive to it. You're just seeing sort of like, we want the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, and he'll just sort of put that in the back pocket of his mind then of, okay, we might have some sort of residual arising here. And it's not really B's fault for wanting something without knowing why they want something. So we don't need to necessarily deconstruct this at the moment.
Kendall, meanwhile, has picked up her phone. Like, how much diamond?
How many stars are there?
There aren't that many diamonds.
Okay,
Period.
as close as you can get. About this big, and some of the bees come out and make sort of a. Shawnee, how big is a 300 gold diamond?
I mean, that sort of depends on a lot of things, but as far as spell grade 300 gold diamond, it's probably about palm size to a human.
Yeah.
Holy
Jesus.
shit.
Okay.
Like small palm, like in your palm, not like the entirety of your palm. Like it'll fit in your palm.
Okay. So like the size of a quarter?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, and I'm not trying to be
because
coy about
in
this
real world,
on
a diamond a diamond about as big enough to fit on your thumb is several $1,000s. So
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we also inflate the prices of diamonds because diamonds are literally cheaper than dirt to get because there's literally meteor craters full of them.
Also,
Mhm.
literally any attempt to translate
yeah.
D&D economy
Economy
to
into real
numbers.
world.
It's
yeah,
just a-
I would argue this is a whole separate discussion, but I would argue in a world where diamonds have a purpose and that is literally not dying, they're probably way more expensive than the artificially inflated ones in our world.
Yeah,
Maybe.
this about this big.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, on a meta level, I hope it's clear I'm not trying to be coy. Bees picked
Right.
up Vivify, and I want fuel for
Right.
it. I'm trying to justify it in character.
Yeah.
Okay, I know a guy, and she starts dialing. She's gonna call her gem guy because she's on her planet, and I assume her family has a gem guy.
You 100% have a gem.
I would assume Kendall's family has an everything guy.
Kendall's not only does Kendall's family have a gem guy, Kendall's family has a different guy for different gems.
Yeah,
Right.
A
right.
sapphire
Yeah,
guy,
you-
an emerald guy, a diamond
You got an
guy, a
opal,
ruby
right? You
guy.
got to have an opal guy, you know.
But
right,
there's
yeah.
one guy that you call who coordinates all
Yeah,
those.
there's the gem guy who coordinates all of the different gem guys.
Correct. And his name is Tony, by the way.
This is starting to sound.
I was actually going to ask if it could be like a fairy Dennis Farina, like from Snatch, like a Dennis Farina, if you will.
This is starting to sound less. This is starting to sound less like a marketing like a purchasing transaction and more like you're calling Power Rangers. It's like
So
She's gonna be like, "Hey, Tony, can I get 4 Zeta quality diamonds about so big?"
Yeah. So you looking for like basic low tier revival diamond sort of quality?
I mean, yeah, that will probably work.
Yeah, I can probably swing a couple of those into stock. I'm assuming you want the family discount.
I mean, that would be great.
Yeah. Whenever you get back in the main town, just swing on by and I'll have them ready for you.
All right, awesome. You're the best. Hang on.
Kendall's family discount is Tony's price less 10%.
Pretty much. I feel like it's probably like just market price. Yeah, we just have to stop by town. We just have to go to town and we can get you some.
which is fortunate because that's where we need to go to get paid. So
Uh-huh.
And as you guys prepare to gather up and head out, that's where we're
we're
gonna
staying
go
one
ahead and
day
take
for
our
his
break.
mission.
We're staying one day.
Sorry,
but
yes, you're staying
yeah.
a day. But as you prepare to face the day ahead of you and experience and figure out what all you're doing, that's where we're gonna take a break.
If you're watching live, remember when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. A dinosaur story.
Anal railgun.
Yes.
I'm eating.
What is happening?
Oh,
No, Craig wasn't there last night.
Greg, you were not there for this conversation. I do have to share this with you and with our viewers now.
Please.
So this was a screenshot of a tweet that someone sent me, which had a text message in it that was "quote unquote" the greatest personal injury case I've ever heard. Which was a guy picked up a client who was suing a sex toy company. Said client purchased a butt plug that was advertised as 100% silicone. Client wears it to an MRI appointment. It is not 100% silicone.
Yep, okay.
Much
Anal
to client's
railgun, I get-
dismay, it has a metallic core.
I
Butt
get
plug
it
is
now.
accelerated at the speed of sound into client's chest cavity, described in memo as a quote unquote anal rail gun. Client survived with major injuries. There's also an X-ray.
Yeah, I get
Thank
that.
you. We appreciate you, viewers. That's why we share with you stories like this.
Anyway,
Welcome to Stardust, everybody.
It got up in there, let me tell you.
So,
Title
you
of my
all have
sex
the
tape.
rest of the day ahead of you. Till, as the de facto leader of the Dust Knights at the moment, you get
Under
an
protest.
Alert. You get an alert on your comm unit from Xander.
Go ahead.
It's just like a notification, and
Oh,
so
okay.
you look at it, and it's just
Oh, never mind. It's a text.
5,000 gold deposited in party fund
Cool.
or mission complete.
Did we have any other money in the party fund that anybody has record of?
Nope.
I don't know that we
I
have.
believe
Okay,
it's just
well,
been
we
I believe it's just been separated out.
All right. I'm putting something in my character sheet. We have 5,000 gold in party fund. Cool. He'll just signal back an acknowledgement. And table that to bring up at a later date. As de facto member or leader of the Dusk Knights, can I request that Kendall Fairchild makes a deception check?
Okay. What am I deceiving?
I just want to see if Till gets any indication of that something might not be all kosher with Kendall right now.
Oh.
I'd say maybe he does. Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
That is a fair point.
We need to start doing much larger jobs if I'm ever going to get this dust runner fixed. Or start
Well, we did get
breaking
paid.
into. Or start breaking into manufacturers.
We can help.
I'm sure someone's hiring for that sort of work.
He's just looking over a data pad that has a list of things. For the party's information, just to fix the dust runner that we've got now is $1,650.
Right.
To actually make it a decent quality mech is going to be another minimum 5,862 gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's minimum. That's with the shittiest parts possible.
Yeah. Yep.
The best parts, 8,900. So somewhere between those two.
Okay. So what you're saying is we need about 12,000.
Yeah.
But you have more than enough to get it functional now.
Yeah, we do.
Assuming that doesn't split evenly.
No, that's party fund.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Liv, do you know if your family's planning on moving into town or staying more to the
Um,
forest?
I think for now they were gonna stay in the forest, but I can talk to them.
I mean, not to be macabre, but I feel like there's more than enough room if they wanted to take up residence inside the town limits.
Oh, this town probably not,
All right.
but I'll talk.
Seems smart.
I'll talk to them before we go.
Okay. And yeah, Till's just gonna wait until he can get Kendall alone.
If there doesn't seem to be like a group project that people are working on, I'm actually going to go see the false hydra. When it died, did it just turned into goo, right?
It dissolved, yes, into a
Okay,
strange
yeah.
liquid.
So then I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go back down into the tunnels and see if there's any having already like secreted provided the town's like revenue and everything that was stuck under here to the restoration efforts. I'm gonna see if there's any like material debris down here that I could potentially salvage or scavenge, um, for use in crafting projects, like just raw materials, trying to see if there's anything recoverable there, because that's not going to be stuff they're looking to use to rebuild the town.
So as you sort of drop back down into the tunnels underneath the town hall, the first thing you notice is that the like silvery liquid that the creature had dissolved into is almost entirely gone.
I will scoop some of that up into a vial if possible.
Jasir already did that earlier.
Yeah, I know. I just want to get it.
Yeah, but I want mine.
I want to get some more samples, so we have redundancies.
There's not much of it left. You are able to get like a small vial, and it is mostly congealed.
That's fine.
Can I just say I'm very proud of myself for being able to continue to type fully
Right?
with
Well
these
done.
things on?
Congratulations.
But as you look around, you get the sense that this thing was not a hoarding creature. It definitely seems to have been the kind of thing that feeds rather than hoards.
Oh yeah, no. I'm thinking more like material debris from it just wreaking havoc through the town rather than something it was collecting.
Yeah. But this town was relatively small. Most of the materials that you're finding are wood, stone, or like low quality steel. You're not finding much that would be of practical use in like the building of a dust runner, at least not here. This is not the kind of place that would have that.
Oh, I'm not necessarily even for Dust Runner. I'm doing a Minecraft thing where I'm just gonna like finding things that can be reduced down to portable, like raw materials.
I mean, yeah, you can find splinters of wood, bits of gravel, and like scraps of steel.
Yeah, and it's like spend a day melting that steel down to things like that. Even low quality steel ingots are still steel ingots and have potential use later on. Yeah, that's what I'll spend my day doing, unless someone else needs me for something.
Unless anyone else has any scenes that they're aiming for, presumably Till finds Kendall.
Is Kendall just like chilling with a Mai Tai or something? Probably.
Probably yes.
Okay.
Yep, just chilling in the inn,
Okay.
reading a book.
Till will actually just walk straight up, pull out a chair, sit down, and kind of put his elbows on the table. which is much more of a direct approach, I think, than Kendall is used to probably seeing him take.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Fairchild.
Oh, hey. What's up?
I want you to tell me what's going on.
What do you mean?
As far as you and I are concerned, something's bothering or annoying or upsetting you regarding me, I think. So let's have it out.
I mean, why would you say that?
Oh, no
Leans
reason
forward.
particularly, just, your entire behavior recently.
Like what? I don't know. I'm just I need examples before maybe I can figure it out.
You're not stupid, Miss Fairchild, and we both know that you're not a child anymore.
That's true.
So, have I upset you in some way? Yes or no?
You know, I'm not really sure how to answer that. Because, look, I know we're out here and you've got a job from my dad to keep me safe and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I find it really interesting that you say I'm not a child, and then whenever things get remotely dangerous, you treat me like one.
I can
Also, when
see how.
things aren't dangerous. Also, when we're just sitting, or things are kind of dangerous, or breathing is happening somewhere on any planet, anywhere.
Kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. Well, like you say, my job is to keep you safe. So having you in a combat situation, honestly, I feel like there's a number of people who would say I'm breaking your father's rules by even letting that happen. That being said, if I was patronizing or infantilizing you, I feel like there are a number of things that I would have chosen. Like not letting you drive behind really anywhere.
I mean, let's be honest. I drive because I'm the best driver here.
Exactly.
If there was a better choice, you'd
Oh,
have them drive.
I'm sure that that would have been arranged, but as far as things go, I do have a job. I'm trying to fulfill that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, there is a balance. Security and freedom tend to operate at odds with each other.
I'm just saying that every time things start to get a little violent around us, you turn into a total doof.
He'll wants to make an insight check to see if she's objecting to his tactical choices or just his protectiveness in general.
Okay.
It's another 14. Apparently he's consistent today.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think would be a better standard deployment then?
I think Look, I'm not gonna do. I know you might think I'm dumb, but I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I'm gonna die. I kind of like being alive.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go where I think I'm most effective in a fight,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to not abandon any sense of what you're doing and run like a fucking moron across the field to come protect me.
I apologize if I've given the impression that your intellect was subpar. You're not dumb, Miss Fairchild. I would classify you maybe as a bit impulsive at worst.
Yeah, that's fair.
And whomst among us is not,
Right?
at times. There are, in the group that we happen to be traveling with, there are a number of individuals who are talented in various ways, but all of them have chosen to engage in hazardous employment.
Mm-hmm.
And should any of them come to harm, we have the capability to mitigate those circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Only one of the people I'm traveling with, however, have I been formally instructed by someone much more powerful and much more in charge to ensure that no harm comes to them.
Right. But that said, he's not in the fights. And what's
True.
more valuable, protecting me from maybe taking a single hit that I know is coming and I'm ready for, or solving the whole fight to the best of your ability so it doesn't potentially overwhelm us. And then maybe, sure, I haven't been hit at that point, but everybody else is dead, so it doesn't matter.
That's a reasonable perspective. Most of the, I would say all of the engagements we've been in, however, haven't been a binary sort of outcome that way.
No,
So I
could argue
apologize, but I would naturally, and I'm sure you can understand, be inclined to try and make sure both outcomes.
Sure. I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Okay.
The most recent one.
Yes, that was a bit more. That one had a level of drama to it. You're not
Mhm.
wrong.
And I started doing something. I don't know if you noticed. Every time I wanted you to go attack something, I just moved close to it.
Going to make a retroactive insight check. Oh, is that what you were doing?
Uh-huh.
All right.
It works disturbingly well.
When there's a string, it can be pulled. Yes.
And I'm just
All right.
saying, like, maybe the person who's in charge of the entire group shouldn't have one person who can do that to it. Even if it's someone like me.
Part of the reason I was kind of hoping somebody else would be put in charge, but you know.
But you're the best person for that.
Insight check.
Oh, she 100% believes that.
Yeah, he'll actually sit back and like blink at that then.
You are absolutely the best choice for that.
And then he very quickly sort of changes the subject. Please don't jump down any more holes.
Okay. In my defense on
I
that
will
one,
hear your defense 100%.
I didn't know it was dead yet. Everybody else was already down there, and I thought I was going to be jumping onto a body that I could, shoot stuff into.
All right. Obviously, with the nonsense that the Dust Knights get into on a regular basis, you are not a novice in terms of violent encounters. Jumping 60 feet down onto a body
Meh.
does not hurt any less than jumping 60 feet down onto concrete. As someone who has dived from great heights onto bodies.
To be
Hit the
fair, as
body
gelatinous
like
as that
a
monster
floor.
was,
Hit
it
the
probably would
body
have
like
cushioned
a
your fall
floor.
pretty
Hit
well.
the body like a floor.
God damn it, Craig.
And I think most of the people that had already been down the hole at that point either had very significant shock absorbent armor or could fly. But granted, you made an analysis in the moment and
Mhm.
thought you thought you were engaging in an activity much safer than it actually turned out to be.
And also, look, if I don't, if in that situation, let's say it's alive still,
Mm-hmm.
everybody else jumps down. I'm just like up there, like, I guess it's time for me to get a drink.
Well, I mean,
Like these,
it wasn't too
are-
far away that you couldn't
no.
have shot it from where you.
No, but you know
couldn't-
what I'm saying.
No, I understand. This is a group, and
I have to.
all right.
I'm already in the hole with some of these people as it is.
All right.
So,
Well, in terms of keeping you safe on that front, then, as you probably have already divined, I'm not the most socially adept out of this group. Is there anything I can do to help with you or apparent social standing amongst?
nah, I don't
Certain
think
ind-
so.
All right.
We'll see how it goes. It's fine.
All
Yeah,
right.
don't worry. Don't worry about if I take a hit here and there, or if I do. Daddy has. I'm not my only. I'm not. I have many siblings. You know that.
And
I don't know if you know what they do. I know I'm kind of not supposed to know what they do.
are you trying to say that you're expendable?
No,
Oh, okay.
but there is a certain level of learning how to do things that you're kind of supposed to do. And while that's not, Daddy doesn't think that that's, I assume he doesn't think that this is what this is for, and it's not, but it's not going to hurt if I figure some of that out.
All right. I think
Before
I
I either
understand
come
what.
back or run away forever, whichever it is. You didn't hear that.
I did not, and I wasn't aware that sort of impulse was even on the table.
It's not.
Oh, all right. Well, good. Then there's
As
nothing
she
for me
gives
to
a
have
stare
heard.
that is disturbingly reminiscent of her father.
It's not. Eyes glow.
Not even
faintly.
like that. Like not even like with the emphasis. Just it's not.
Right.
And it's just the look in the eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
faint
like-
bit of gold in the eye, in the
like-
iris.
This is a statement. It's fact, and you just
Mhm.
have to comply with the fact
Right.
that it's a fact.
All right. I apologize for making you feel patronized.
It's okay. Fixed now.
Excellent.
She picks up her drink, and there is a long sound of sucking through a straw.
Like at the ice at the bottom of a cup, kind of, right? Yeah. Mhm. All right, then. Well, we'll see what happens next, I suppose. Let me know if you need anything, please, Miss Fairchild.
Yep, will do.
And he'll get up and fuck off.
So, other people who might have scenes.
At some point, Mr. wants to talk to her family about like what their plans are moving forward, and if they're going to stay here or
I mean, they did say
relocate.
previously that they were planning on staying here at least for a little while.
Yes, but she doesn't know what their definition of a little while is.
You don't think they have a definition? You're pretty certain that they're just going to stay here as long as they want to, and they don't know how long that is.
Is there some way she can keep in like communications with them
I mean, you can
as
take
she's traveling?
comm signals because some of them have comms now.
Okay, she will do that then, but before she goes.
Take their phone number.
Excellent.
Give them the phone number of the ship, etc., etc.
555-6969.
No, 420-6969.
Okay.
You're about 6 digits too short for a galactic phone number.
I was going to say, for legal purposes, please do not call that number.
Or do. I want to know what's on the other end of it.
Nope.
I mean, depends on the area code.
Don't listen to Sen.
Don't randomly dial numbers that people make up on the internet.
I guarantee that whoever has that number across multiple zones gets way too many phone calls already.
Yep.
Please do not make their life
Please do not continually harass this unfortunate individual.
Like whoever has the unfortunate privilege of having 867-5309.
Oh yeah, no, that's well documented. Yeah.
I think at some point it actually just got bought by a.
Yeah,
There's
some
no point.
some company.
There's absolutely no point.
Like, I feel like people would be like, please don't give me that phone number.
Look, the number of people that I know who had to tell their phone company that Pennsylvania 65000 was not the number they wanted. Glenn Miller jokes for those of you that enjoy them. Anyway,
I'm there.
Thanks.
I recognized it, but listen, 65000. The thing that always registers to me first is Transylvania, not Pennsylvania.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
yeah,
that movie
underrated
as fuck. By the way,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a horror comedy called Transylvania 65000 with Jeff Goldblum, and I don't remember who. It's like it's an 80s.
I do. It's Gina Davis, my friend.
That is Gina Davis. That's right.
Yep.
It's when I say horror comedy, I mean supernatural comedy. There's no actual horror in it.
That was, at the risk of too much information, that was Craig's, oh, this is what puberty is movie.
No, legit. 100%.
Anyways.
Bees will just assist Coltarn if Coltarn will let them.
Yeah, sure. We're just gathering raw materials.
They like that. That's simple.
Ooh, nice. It's on Prime Video.
They set up a little temporary foundry, just smelting old broken steel into ingots.
So,
all right.
Unless there are more conversations to be had.
Nope.
I'm good.
Another day passes. Mistel, you learn from your family that for the most part they're playing it by ear. They think they're going to stay here for a while. They don't know how long that is, but until something makes them move, basically.
Okay. And she will, yeah, she'll get the comm link from them and everything.
They
But
ask if you're
before-
planning on staying or going.
Yeah, she'll let them know that she's gonna go travel with this group for a while.
They're glad that you're out finding adventure, but you're always welcome back home. Wherever home happens to be at the time.
She will hug all of them.
So, eventually the day passes. You all get another night's rest. And
And-
assuming nothing else happens over that, you wake up the next morning.
Heading out in the morning.
Mistle,
Gotta go get some diamonds.
Yeah,
we're glad you're coming with us.
thanks, Bees.
We're glad you found the rest of your swarm.
You can call them a family.
Okay. We're family too, right?
Yeah, you are. I think my time spent with you guys, you have become a family to me. And now that I know where my other family is, I can come back and see them.
We left them more honey.
Thank you. Thank you, Bees. I'm sure they will appreciate that.
Cuts back to the tree or whatever where Mistress family, and they're like, "Why won't the door open?" Just stacked honey mochi outside.
All right. In the car, back on the road.
Yep. You got most of a day and a night's journey if you're driving straight without any breaks.
Driving straight without brakes, not insignificantly over the speed limit.
So you pass most of the day, and then
There's
some
definitely a
into the
point
night.
where Colt just go over the comms because he's up in the turret, and Cold just goes, "Look, Kendall, I did check. This vehicle does have working brakes.
I know.
Wanted to make sure."
They'll probably need to be replaced in about 3 weeks. That's because I'm taking it easy.
Is there any traffic on the road?
Not a lot. You're heading into the city from a very rural area. Most of the traffic is going in the same direction as you.
Oh, good. So we're presumably passing lots of people.
Oh yes.
Bees is just like sort of cheerfully screaming at the obscenities at all of them that they've learned from Kendall as they go past.
Fantastic.
Mistel's over there. Bees. Not the best idea.
We're learning to drive.
Kendall.
An integral part of the process, to be sure.
What?
I feel like you're not teaching Bees the best stuff.
I'm teaching bees yelling is not part of the thing. That's just for fun.
Okay, it is fun.
See?
Up yours! As another car goes past.
Now they know the difference.
Understanding the difference is half the battle.
As we make almost exactly a 90-degree turn from
From about 80 miles an hour.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a hairpin turn in a hover truck.
Sorry. Get back to Tim.
It is probably just past midnight when the vehicle arrives back into the city limits of Hybark.
Would it be possible to get the materials that I need to prepare the Dust Runner here, understanding
Probably.
that I don't work like a druid does when I build things?
Guess who does?
You're not building the Dust Runner.
Is it bees?
I can help. And no, it's not bees. Well, I mean, sort of it's bees, but not effectively.
Like, would I be able to get like metals and things, the sorts of things that I would use to build?
Theoretically, it does seem more expensive than finding druidic parts.
Then I will make a note of the nearest place where I could get supplies for repairing the Dust Runner. That isn't here.
What are the other vehicles that we're seeing made of? Are they made of the druidic, like, plant-based materials?
The vast majority of them are. You'll see an occasional like technological vehicle, usually something more generic like Goblin make, which would be like your standard like sports car style, like very sleek hard edges.
Goblins, the Honda Civics of Stardust.
In terms of regular vehicles, kind of, yes.
It's a Corolla. It's fine.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, you arrive back in Hybark. Where are you headed, Kendall? Straight to Tony's?
It's only midnight. Please say yes.
He's just getting started.
Right. He's only been open a couple hours at this point.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Amazing.
Yeah, you careen around some of the corners of the city, and eventually pull to a screeching halt in front of a shop that is like between two alleys.
I was gonna say, what does the seedy side of Hybark look like? I gotta know.
Honestly, mostly overshadowed by boughs.
Right.
It's the place where the trees grow thick enough that most of the sunlight is gone.
Yep.
And like between the alleys of two massive tree structures, there is like a series of roots that form smaller buildings out of their general bulk.
Being about the city has a different meaning here.
My image is kind of like if New York City was made out of wood.
Basically, yeah. If all of New York City was made out of trees and plant life and wood.
Like,
so are we in the Bowery?
Fuck you.
No.
Fuck off, Craig. God
Thank you and good night.
I'm angry because it's such a good reference.
It's a solid good. It's a solid good pun.
Because it's something that most people wouldn't think of. But it's iconically New York. Oh, God damn it.
Miss Fairchild, what are we doing here?
I didn't spend 5 years running a World of Darkness New York online site and know all of the little details. Yeah, motherfucker. Anyways, but yeah, I imagine it like as much as, you know, you've got the fucking penthouses and like the huge gated communities out in the further boroughs. This is like fucking garment district, like back alley, surrounded by pawn shops and
Oh yeah.
warehouse.
This is the disreputable part of the grove.
Yep. So yeah,
And there is a like in the larger trees that make up significant buildings have like root structures that forms the smaller like sub buildings out of them. And one of these root structures has a sign hanging from it that is illuminated and says "Not would find."
that'd be it.
And this is the shop you're looking for.
So yeah, hop out. Immediately just walk right in.
Hang on a second. So Till will, as Kendall hops out, will be like, Miss Fairchild, what are we doing here?
We're getting diamonds. Remember, I was getting
Yay!
diamonds.
You're getting diamonds from someone whose shop is near Fungus Alley?
From Tony, yes.
This is the part of town where a chipmunk will sell you crack cut with hazel pollen.
I mean, look, usually Tony comes to the house, but like we were closer to just stop by, so
How do you know that about the chipmunks?
Till, if somebody
Yes.
around here has pollen, you have to tell us.
It's pollen that has bad stuff in it. You don't want to eat it.
Aw.
Kendall has missed.
We'll find you a decent source of shit. She's gone. Did anybody see which door?
Before she leaves, Mistle, when she gets off, Mistle will sit on Kendall's shoulders. So she's
Okay.
not with her.
Okay, fair enough. Then she won't miss.
Till
you.
just tries to figure out which door she went in and follow.
Yeah, she just subtly like walked away as
Right.
I mean, you could take Mr. with you when you miss your step.
actually
It's the
even
Mistle
better.
step.
Even fucking better, because I've been kind of waiting to do this. I will use one of my 2 precious spell slots.
Heyo.
Major image. There is just a Kendall standing there, waiting patiently.
Oh, okay. So Till will just turn over because it's investigation, right? To tell if something's.
I
What's your spell?
believe so.
What's your spell save DC?
Investigation versus spell save DC.
16.
You
God damn!
Incredible
All right.
minds.
So Till just turns over. All right, Miss Fairchild, lead on, I guess.
As the image of
Just
Kendall
there. Yeah,
Fairchild
because she
just
didn't
stands
program it to talk or anything. It was just a momentary distraction.
It's just nodding.
Uh-huh.
It's just standing. It's just standing there like, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Every
Miss
now
Fairchild,
and then,
are you all right?
every now and then, it will pull its drink, which oddly refills like every.
Okay. I feel like
once a
Till gets to
minute.
make it an advantage at this point.
I feel like it would take like a minute for it to refill
Okay.
itself, though.
We'll go.
Every
Go
now
with-
and then, she's like,
Go with Tony.
Either Miss Kendall has decided to ignore your very existence, or that's a hologram.
I'm picturing like Will.i.am from the I'm a Bee video when
"I'm a
Fergie
bee,
first
I'm a
finds him
bee."
just,
Yep.
like, perpetually pouring the drink.
And I'm gonna say, because I rolled a nat 1, it definitely takes Coltarn a few minutes of careful consideration before he gets to that
To
realization.
that conclusion.
Also,
All right.
Mistle's not there
Yeah.
because she went with the actual
Yep.
Kendall.
Yep.
Right. Yep. We'll figure it out eventually. But you guys
But
go.
while they're figuring out that illusion,
Amazing.
Kendall, you walk in, and the first thing you hear is, all right, yeah, get these things to the boys before they gotta finish everything up. Just don't fuck it up, all right? And you step inside and you see someone disappearing out a back door as the
Hi, Bruno.
the troll who is heading out just sort of waves a scaly hand as they're leaving, and the
I
somewhat
Side note, I really wish I could do a good New York accent because that was my wish for this character.
the somewhat heavier set half elf, who is Tony, sort of looks over as you enter. Ah, Kendall, good to see you. Good to see you. So you here
Hi,
for those?
I'm Mistel.
You here
Yeah,
for
this
those
is
4
Mistel.
diamonds you were looking? Ah,
Mistel, Tony.
nice to meet you.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm
Kendall,
Tony.
where are the others?
They call me
Oh,
Tony.
they're
Fine.
outside. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm Tony. They call me Tony Fine.
Yep.
Pleasure
He's
to
fine.
see you. So you here
So,
for
yeah.
you here for those
Yep.
diamonds? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Managed
All right.
to pick them up yet?
Oh yeah. They came in. They came in actually just this evening.
Oh my God, you're
perfect-
the
perfect
best.
timing. And so he reaches under the desk and pulls out a very finely crafted box and sets it on the table and flips it open. There are 4 diamonds about the size of quarters. In
Take them out, look at them, make sure they're good.
Yep.
All right, perfect. And she will pay. I'm pretty sure she has platinum. So she will pay 1,200 gold and platinum.
So you pay that out, you lay it on the table. Ah, please, family discount. And he takes it, separates it out, and hands you back a chunk of it.
Okay.
As the 1,200 gold worth of diamonds were given to you for 960.
Okay, 960.
Yes.
Are you
Perfect.
a member of Kendall's family?
No, but Kendall's family are good friends of ours.
Oh, okay.
It's an extended family kind of thing, but not family, but family. You know.
Oh no, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
It's a big family, and we take care of each other.
Yep,
That,
exactly.
that includes discounts on important things like Revival Diamond.
Yep. I assume I'm not sure if that's why Bees wants it, but I mean he wants diamonds, so
I mean, Revival Quality Diamond has like a lot of uses. That's just the one that's most famous.
Right,
That's why they're called
right.
Revival Quality.
yep, legit.
Please
All
tell
right.
me that Tony has to roll like a history check to figure out which member of the organized crime groups in High Bark of the guy who we just call Bees is that he thinks Kendall's talking about.
You know what? Hang on.
Yeah, we call him Bees, because his nose buzzes when he inhales real hard.
Tony's all of a sudden wondering, oh God, what
Wait,
that-
why are you
is
in
that-
cahoots
what crime family is
with
what-
the
that Rico?
Menchinos?
which family which other crime family scion is Kendall fucking right now?
It's like, wait, is that Rico? Is Rico the one they call Bees?
No, sorry. Ew. No, this is actual bees. But they
You're gonna have to
smell
run that one
much
by
better.
me.
They smell much better than that bees, let me tell you. No, bees. Like,
It's a hive of bees.
yeah.
Oh, you mean
I mean,
actual bees? He's from the next borough over.
No.
Yes.
No. Actual bees spelled with like a K. Yeah, no, he's from Jersey.
No, it's the bees is their name. They are bees.
You know what? That sounds like some face shit, and it's probably above my pay grade.
How many times can you say
think that's
bees in
fair.
one sentence?
Please tell me this guy is like a half elf with a beer gut and a comb over.
You are 100% accurate. Yeah.
Yes. Tony is officially my favorite NPC.
All right, Shawnee,
Like
when this campaign is over, we need to come back and have like a crime procedural set in
Yes.
High Bar.
That is the next game.
Also, if you guys think I am not making notes for when we get back to Werewolf and I need like past members of Sal's crew.
Oh no.
So
Yeah, it was all my guys,
legitimately,
Tony Diamonds, actual B, the whole crew.
nothing, nothing would make me happier than for other people to take my setting and run with it. Please.
Sold.
Anyway, we've got to run. We in town. You know how it is. But it's good to see you. Yeah, and then she just turns and goes. She's
All
not
right,
good
see
with-
you later.
Not good with exits.
Let your pops know that I got everything he was looking for.
All right, will do. I don't think I think he's elsewhere right now, but I will pass the message along for sure.
Fair enough. Let me know if you need any more business.
All right.
As you just accidentally hand Tony Fine some of the best possible intel. Elias Fairchild is out of town. Holy fuck, guys!
So yeah, and then we just head out. Probably right about the time that you guys realize,
Mhm.
wait a minute.
Yeah, so about this time,
Yeah.
The drink
uh,
goes
That's
so
when
you
Colton
realize-
goes,
you realize you're talking to an illusion.
might be a hologram. And then Kendall walks out.
And then I walk through the hologram as you're like reaching out for the face.
Right.
Like you're like tentatively reaching a hand out, like you're about to try and put it through, and then and the actual Kendall walks through the illusion.
Right. And I accidentally boop her on the nose.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Oh,
Hi.
Hey, we're good.
good.
Bees,
You had us a bit worried, but
That was a very
All right.
convincing illusion.
Yeah.
hand over the case.
Oh, are these the diamonds?
Yep, 4 of them.
Wow, that's a lot less than the stars in the sky.
Depends
be
on which
fair-
planet you're on, bees.
You did ask for as close as possible, and that seems to be as close as
Okay.
possible.
Bees sort of. Some of the bees will come down. The hive armor hand is out and holding them, but bees will settle onto it and lift up the lid.
Yeah,
and they
there
sort
are
of
4 quarter-sized diamonds that are revival grade or revivify. Revival grade 1, I should say.
bees
Right.
is just quiet.
so, bees, what are you going to do with those, do you think?
We don't know. They don't really look. We thought they'd look more like stars.
They will once there's brighter lights around. We're kind of in a shady spot right now, you know?
I reach over, like pulling a flashlight out of a toolkit, click it on, and then hold it around so that the light hits the diamonds.
Yeah, like on revival grade diamonds, especially even in low revival grade, there is like a pearlescence that is quite obvious as like the light refracts into a myriad of different colors as it passes through the lattice work of this relatively pure diamond.
Oh,
Tony
that's
said
why we wanted them.
Tony said these are revival grade, so I don't know if you're looking to do that. I don't know if you can do that.
We don't know
But,
what that is.
Bring people back from being dead.
Okay.
Undead.
Um,
I don't
But
think. We
if
don't
that's
think
what
so.
you're using for, great. If you just want them because they're pretty, there you go.
They are pretty.
Yeah.
Coltarn, can we have your flashlight?
Yes, I will just hand bees the flashlight.
Okay.
It's just like a
The
little
bee-
pen light.
The bees will sort of start spinning the flashlight. Will sort of put it into the neck hole of the hive armor and start spinning around it, and then we'll weave like a delicate lattice work above it with the 4 stones. I think like one. Are they equal in size, or are there slight variations in size?
They're roughly identical in size.
Okay. So just sort of forming kind of a diamond, like a vertical diamond above it, and the flashlight shines up into it.
Question, but does Bees' armor have a helmet associated with it, or just
No,
Okay,
it's just a neck
it's
hole.
a headless horseman situation.
Yeah. It's
Right.
just a neck hole because that's how they get in and out of the hive
Right.
inside.
So, did
So
you just
Bees is
create a
now
disco
tooling
ball-
around with right.
Did you just create a disco ball in the neck or above the neck? Now that so that you now have a disco ball ahead.
It's like looking at a. I can't remember if it was. I can't honestly. This is terrible, but I can't remember if they did it in like the big budget Peter Jackson one. But I remember in the old Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings, there was a scene where the Lord of the Nazgul took off the hood, and it was like just a crown and 2 glowing eyes floating in midair. That's kind of the vibe here. Like it
Right.
looks like 4 eyes just glowing and floating in midair.
with a little bit of a Luxor kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't believe they did it in.
I don't think they did.
No, they
no.
did not.
live action.
So you now have a
Also-
face, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
No, very clearly no face, just eyes, sort of.
You look kind of like a lich.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
A lich where somebody yanked the skull really fast and the highlights haven't caught up to it yet.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I appreciate anytime somebody references the superior Lord of the Rings film.
No,
Diamonds don't sparkle for poor man's eyes.
It looks, there's a little bit of the vibe of like a BioWare game when the head hasn't loaded in yet, but the eyeballs are just there.
I'm going to
Amazing.
tell you honestly, Bees, that is a little creepy.
That is awesome.
We made our own little constellation.
I think that's fantastic, Bees. The only thing, you probably already know this, but if you do have to be sneaky, you'll probably want to turn the flashlight off.
Okay.
This is the best
Just for
thing
when you're
ever.
being sneaky. The rest of the time, leave it on. It's fine.
So cool.
Mistel like a moth to flames, just sitting on bees,
Amazing.
trying to catch. This is the best. Don't ever turn it off.
Okay.
In that case,
We like
we'll
your
need to get
advice
you-
better,
In that
Mistel.
case, we'll need to get you a helmet or something so that at least the disco ball doesn't give you away.
We can weave one. Okay, don't look this up if you have, was it trypophobia? But the has anyone seen the picture of like the wasp hive built on a mannequin head? Because
Yeah.
that's definitely what bees can do to
Ah.
If you've
In
got
order-
trypophobia, yeah,
if,
no, don't.
if you'd
don't.
like, I could make you a helmet that could just sort of attach to the armor.
Oh, okay. We'd like that.
I will make Bees a helmet.
Yay.
one that has like a actually, I'll make Bees a helmet that has like an energy face guard so that it can be open as much as Bees want so that there's no restriction, but if Bees needs to be like in a vacuum space and all the bees are inside the suit, it can close and maintain an atmosphere inside the suit.
Of note, Bees, there was a helmet with this armor originally. You're pretty certain you've left it in the spot that you made your hive in the ship.
Yeah, it didn't fit. It made it too hard to get in and out. I rolled a 1. I don't remember what it looked like.
All right. Well, if that's all the Fungus Alley business we have, we should find a place to crash for the night and then see if there's anything on the job board or anything like that tomorrow.
Gideon's mom used to run a special at their place on something called Fungus Alley.
I'm sure they did, Bees. And gets back into the vehicle.
I am,
Pretty
by the
certain.
way, correct in remembering that yes, my dad is actually not here right now. Correct.
He's off at Severnus, right? With
He had been. You suspect that he would probably be headed back soon, so he probably will be home relatively shortly.
Okay. I just
Daddy's coming.
I
Jesus.
see. Yeah. Okay. we can we can probably stay at my place, at least for tonight.
Or on the ship.
Does it have enough room for all of us?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Mistel looks really confused.
All right. Well,
And
it's
I mean,
your
we can
home,
also
Miss
stay on the
Fairchild.
ship too. That's fine. That's fine too. Whatever everybody wants to do. I just figured, we're here at offer.
That shouldn't have been an advantage. But Till's willing to see how this goes. You have the wheel, Miss Fairchild.
Okay.
Where you
So
headed?
yeah, we'll move away from the shitty parts of the city.
We're going to the opposite end of the bell curve.
We're going
in
to
town
the
now.
opposite end, like the gated community. Driving up, there are guards.
So with the established description that I've given you of how this city builds a lot of its stuff, what does your home look like?
I feel like I feel like it's kind of its own not community, but like its own. It is the equivalent of like a gated community or gated
Like an estate.
property. Like in a fucking estate, exactly. Probably multiple levels of tree. Probably number of smaller structures that are like guest houses around. Definitely guards. That don't look like guards, but anybody with half a brain can tell that they're more thugs than guards, really, but you know, they're guards. Of various fey types. Feel like because it's his place and not mine, it's ornate and very nice, but not gaudy. Like this is not like the Trump place or anything like that.
Is the implication that Kendall's place is like Trump's place?
Yes, no.
Amazing.
Like not that, no. That gaudy, but not that tacky. Because Kendall has taste.
Right.
Fair. That's actually a great distinction.
Like Trump is that rare combination of gaudy and tacky.
Right.
Yeah. 10-year-old got a blank check style of
little bit.
As opposed to Kendall, who's like someone who was brought up with taste and also wants to just do whatever the fuck
Kendall would go to the opulent.
Yes.
Rather than the this is too wealthy to quite qualify as kitsch, but otherwise it would be.
Right, exactly.
So all of you are greeted to this enormous estate with a gate that is made of massive thorn row bushes. These like walls of thorns, essentially, that form the walls and gates of this community. The lawn itself is grown with a variety of different grasses and patterns that sort of form these arcane swirls across the entire breadth of the lawn. The buildings themselves are individual trees that have grown and taken shape into larger housing structure. And the central building is a massive, thick oak. The trunk probably dozens of feet in span. The entire structure rising several levels up into the sky with outbranching canopies and balconies made of branches that have grown round and flat enough to stand on. With a variety of different, almost ethereal looking decorative plants growing in different patterns, forming aesthetic adjustment that is both a show of wealth and opulence and power, but also directed to a sense of artistry. This is a uniform design that is meant to convey the presence of the one who owns it. And as you look around, you can see walking trees that act as sentinels. There is a quickling that sort of darts around the lawn at high speed, sort of observing and keeping tabs and communicating between different guard shifts. You can see fey hounds that sort of blink out in and out of existence while wandering around. There is a frightful menagerie of various fey creatures and individuals wandering, acting, having conversations. There is in the middle of this like swirling garden, there appears to be an abnormally tall and lanky fey creature that looks almost like it's made of bones and sinew. It's that thin, but its long arm just sort of curls up and reaches forward and grabs a small chess piece and lifts it and moves it forward on its two long limbs and drops it down. While its opponent, who seems to be a being made out of pure liquid, just sort of sloshes forward with this pure water that sort of grabs another piece and slots it forward. All of this you see as the thorn wall that forms the front gate of this home twists and peels apart to admit the vehicle. As Kendall drives the vehicle in, and it
She definitely slows down. We get
wraps itself
closer.
around, wraps itself back together as you pass through.
If there's somebody nearby as you go in, Bees just cheerfully screams, "Get out of the way, motherfucker!"
Fine. That
Till
would be
is
expected.
visibly on edge. Like if Till was a cat, his back would be arched and his tail would be about 3 times the size of the rest of his body.
And Mistle roll insight until.
Sure.
I mean, I don't have very much. 19.
Oh yeah. I'm not even gonna roll for that. Till is not able to hide that level of unease that he's got.
Mistle will fly over and sit on Till's shoulder.
He'll jump a little bit.
You okay?
Yes. No. Everything's fine.
You're not okay.
He'll just give you a very quiet sort of look.
Looks typically are quiet, yeah.
In a level of, this is not something we're going to talk about out loud sort of way.
Right.
I'll be all right.
Okay, I'm gonna stay right here. She sits on his shoulder.
He'll reach up and sort of just kind of pat the outside of her hand with one fingertip, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As we've driven by the two chest points. Hi, Sadie. Hi, Jackie.
The lanky
Not
one
the
sort
real
of,
names, but you can't pronounce their real names with humanoid throats. So
yeah,
that's Sadie and that's Jackie.
the lanky one, Sadie sort of waves a like bony, long-fingered hand as you pass by, and the liquid one, Jackie, just sort of bubbles happily as you pass.
Yep. And drive in, find a place to park the car that looks ridiculously out of place with all the other vehicles in here.
Yeah, as the like black steel armored vehicle sort of stands out amongst variously like wooden plant-grown sedans and like one like very long sleek limo.
Amazing.
Yep, legit.
And we roll up in the muddy Hummer.
Fuck yes.
Oh God, fuck. Sorry, I can't say what I just thought.
I think we know where you were going with it.
Your fault. You're the one that said it.
Yep. Okay, it took me a second, but I got there.
Yep.
But yeah, pull up, get out. All right. Well, Dad's not gonna be here yet, I'm sure. But regardless, we don't want to bother him or anyone, so we can just go to my wing.
Pardon, your wing?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The look on Koldarn's face indicates that he is unable to comprehend what that means.
A wing is a portion of the house. like a large portion of the section, and we're gonna go to mine.
And the house uses it to fly.
I mean,
Why don't you lead the way, Miss Fairchild?
There is the okay. There is the Aarakocra family, who's the wing of their houses because they live on a rock, but that's totally different. Yeah, this way.
West Wing, walk and talk, walk and talk.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Till is actively sort of like ushering people along, and definitely very obviously has his head on a swivel.
Mistle's staying on his shoulder, just kind of patting him on the shoulder a little bit.
Most of the servants inside the house itself appear to be these like well-dressed, like in like pin black and green suits, mannequins with like blank faces that are just completely like featureless, ovoid indentations where eye sockets would be, but no actual eye sockets. Like faint outline of a nose.
Wearing gloves?
Wearing gloves, yes.
Yes.
We can fix them.
They say nothing and just acquiesce to whatever desire someone of relative importance requests.
No, bees. I keep every time I say that, somebody tells me he or she isn't worth it. So I don't know if we should. Anyway,
Bees doesn't understand it, but I thought that was delightful.
so yeah, just sort of make our way through, go over to my area of the house.
So
which I
you've
imagine
seen
is
the
it's
regality
clean, but
and
not
the uniformity of artistry that exists for most of this house.
Yep.
What does Kendall's wing look like?
Kendall's is so I feel like the wing, like it's big enough that once she's gotten tired of like grown out of things, she goes to different rooms and just lives in those rooms.
So she doesn't so much leave phases as they just sort of reside in her wake.
Correct.
Okay.
So that means so functionally there are several the wing essentially equates to several different snapshots of Kendall's life growing up.
Amazing. That's brilliant.
There's one section of rooms that is incredibly pink.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like from the point that she was able to have her own area, like yeah, there was probably like I feel like 8 to 10 was very much the pink era.
That was the Elwoods phase.
And there's probably one room that is the moody goth room.
I was about to say, I feel like almost adjacent to each other is the pink section and the black section.
100%. And it is the like I'm into super creepy like I say horribly offensive things to shock, like the worst kind of like prepubescent or pubescent goth.
Not just a goth, but an edge goth.
An edgy goth. Absolutely. But it's all, regardless of what it is, it's all over furnished.
Whole library of Black Dog publications.
Oh God, no.
Because we said she does have taste.
Yeah, she has taste, and she does have class.
Just Black Sabbath albums all over the place.
Listen, I love. There are fantastic Black Dog books out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 of them. But yeah, so like everything is over furnished. There is no sense of, you know, the famous fashion quote of like, before you leave the house, take something off. No, it's before you leave the house, add 17 things. And that is her rooms.
Amazing.
And so yeah, the
And he clearly doesn't like throwing anything out because she doesn't.
yeah, she just leaves whatever she didn't want anymore in the room that she left it in. And goes to a different room to never see it again.
I mean, and I'm gonna be honest, and I know this is terrible. There are probably some pets running free from the earlier years.
And the servants have just taken care of them.
Yes,
to an extent.
absolutely, 100%.
There's absolutely a literal ass fucking unicorn running around the pink section.
Whoa, a literal ass fucking unicorn.
Listen, that horn has many uses.
So going back to the muddy Hummer.
Amazing.
But as
You're
you, as
welcome,
all of
everybody.
you
There's a place in
gaze
Atlanta. You can
upon,
get, there's a place in Atlanta you can get a muddy Hummer for $20.
as you gaze upon
Probably
the
also a unicorn ass fucking.
ridiculous splendor of the variety of rooms that is Kendall's wing of this building.
Kendall, why is there a
That-
T-Rex stomping through the halls?
Oh, that's Jay.
He's a miniature
He was
T-Rex.
so cute when I got him.
Yeah, he was real small. He fit in my purse.
I thought they said teacup Rex.
Yes.
It is a miniature T-Rex because it does still fit in the halls, but
Right.
it is still a large creature. But with that is where we end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.